Erica here with Fibers and Floss. Thank you so much for joining for another day of A Stitcher's 12 Days of Christmas. Today is day 4, and I just wanted to give some feedback with everybody that I'm very thankful how this is being received so far. There's a lot of new participants, a lot of new followers, and the messages and feedback that I'm getting is that people are really enjoying having some prompts that help to get them in the festive spirit. So I thank you guys for making this all possible, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of this series. If you are new here and you have stumbled across this and you think, what are we doing? What am I talking about? I'm going to link a playlist for you right here. You can go back to day 1 if you want. And I talk a little bit about why we're doing this, why there's different sort of prompts and activities to do that may not be just solely about cross stitch, and who this is for and what we hope to accomplish by doing this together as a community. I do encourage you to go back to day 1 if you missed it, because on day 1, I shared an exclusive pattern that I designed, and it's called A Christmas Gathering. And it's a really fun pattern to stitch up. It doesn't take a ton of work. I think it's about 3,000 stitches, and it was a lot of fun. This is a free pattern. So just go back to the video. You're able to download it. The link is in the description box, and it's a fun one. That was your first Advent. Okay, so I made a little list because I'm a bit discombobulated. I am filming these ahead of time, just because if you're new and you don't know me, I have 3 children, I work, I am quite busy, and we're also homeschooling one, and it's a hectic time of year. So to do my best, I do pre-record a couple days, which is why I haven't really had a good opportunity to come back, readdress the fact that we had an exclusive pattern for you guys. The feedback's been wonderful. There are people stitching it already and sharing that on Instagram. So it's such an honor to be able to get that feedback and to be able to give you guys that gift this year. It's just amazing. So I thank you so very much for enabling me to do that for you. I really hope you guys have had an opportunity to take part in yesterday's prompt, which was baking some Christmas cookies and sharing them with friends, families, other stitchers at your LNS, your local quilting shop, your neighbors, wherever you can kind of spread that joy. It was funny for me because I'm also participating in these prompts, and no sooner did I share my video, a lovely lady named Terry had posted on Instagram a picture of cookies that she happened to bake yesterday along with her family recipe. And I had to chuckle to myself because my middle child absolutely loves shortbread. And I was trying to explain to him the other day about whipped shortbread. We make shortbread every year, but not the whipped shortbread. And he said, I just don't really get it. And I was trying to say, it's lighter and fluffier, and it kind of just like melts in your mouth when you take a bite. And he's like, the cookie melts? Like, he just didn't get it. So I thought it was really great timing that Terry was able to share this recipe. I'll put a picture on the screen here of it. And I absolutely, you treasure the homemade recipe cards, and, she's got her little note on there, Greg's favorite. And I thought, you know what? This is perfect. This is what I'm gonna bake with my son, and I ended up baking them last night with him, and it was absolutely fantastic. And the reviews they're delicious. Greg knows exactly what he's talking about. All right, with that being said, let's dive in and see what is in your Advent today for day 4. Grab your card out. Okay, I'll read it to you. Today is a prompt. It is time to participate in Hygge stitching. What is Hygge stitching, you ask? Hygge stitching is something that is inspired by my girlfriend, Samantha, the Hygge stitcher. When I very first started flosstube, I looked for her for a lot of guidance and inspiration. And at the end of the day, I think she really hit the nail on the head with her name of Hygge stitching. When we think about stitching, for us, a lot of us, it is about process, it's about the journey, it's about comfort, there's a sense of meditation there. And when we are able to achieve that satisfaction with our stitching, we are really creating a sense of what is known as Hygge. And so Hygge, I'll put the pronunciation on the screen for you guys. Hygge. It is a Danish or Norwegian word. It's not a thing or an action, but it's a feeling that you create. And so I did write the definition down to share with you guys. So the definition of Hygge is a calm, comfortable time with people you love, a complete absence of frustrations or anything emotionally overwhelming. It's often enjoyed with good food, drinks, warm blankets, and candlelight. So with that being said, you know, when I look at Samantha's videos, if you guys don't follow her, you don't know who I'm talking about, you need to hop on over and go see her. Her handle is Hygge Stitcher. She's amazing. She's got this calm sense of just herself. Her projects are fantastic. She's so inspirational. And every time that she stitches, she has the same routine where, you know, she collects what she's going to be working on. She makes a cup of coffee or maybe a hot chocolate or a tea, something nice to drink. She gets in her cozy chair. She grabs a warm heated blanket this time of year and she lights a candle and she settles in. There's no interruptions. Everything that needs to be done in the house is done. The kids have something that's entertaining them. Her husband's busy doing something else and she is able to just sit and enjoy the process of stitching. Today, that's what I really want you guys to do. This time of year, we really need to take a step back. We need to slow down and we need to be able to kind of just, you know, be able to breathe, right? Be able to experience a sense of calm, and then we can appreciate the season so much better. So grab something warm to drink, get a good spot, get a fire going. If you have a fire, sit beside it. If you don't, light a candle. You know, you can, if you're cold, get a warm heated blanket, get a regular blanket, whatever you need to do to create that cozy sense of feeling. Spend time with the people you love. Turn on FlossTube. Watch your favorite floss tubers. Or perhaps you want to stitch with friends, or a really good audio book. Or perhaps things have been so busy this month, you just want to unwind by yourself. You can put on Christmas music or just sit in the peace and quiet of your own home. While we're doing this prompt over the next 2 days, I hope you guys have a time to really enjoy the simplicity of it, really enjoy the peaceful moment that you have to stitch. And that being said, you know, we're supposed to reduce any sort of stressors during this time. And so I don't feel that you need to be, I don't encourage you posting, you know, this is what I'm doing today. You don't need to post. This is a prompt for you to do, just for you to have and hold in your heart and have that moment. Now, that being said, if you want to share a picture of your stitchy spot, go for it. Post it on Instagram, tag a Stitcher's 12 Days of Christmas, have fun with it. But if at any point it's going to cause you stress or thinking about setting up for that, don't do it. Skip that part. Just really enjoy the stitching. Okay, so your Advent is done for today. Now let's move on to the next Advent. So the commercial Advent that I'm opening this year is by Reflets de Soie. This one here, I had ordered it from the Kitten Stitcher, and I've had a lot of fun with it so far. So I usually pull out the envelopes I'm going to be opening, but I didn't have a chance to do that today. So let's see. Oh boy, that's not even organized. So I am 1 day behind as always, so I don't ruin the surprise for anybody else. So we're going to be opening day 6 and day 7. Okay? So let's go on with day 6. It's funny, you know, I look on FlossTube, I watch Flossmas from various floss tubers, and I haven't seen anybody opening this advent calendar. So if you know of anyone else opening it, let me know. Tag them in the comments. I don't know what this is. I mean, I know what this is. I don't know why this is in my advent box. How's that for an honest review? It is a gold bag. There's nothing in it. It's just a gold bag. I'm not sure. Maybe day 7 will tell us a little something more. Let's see. Okay. Oh, very nice. Day 7 is some floss. Now let's see what it says here. Swaddle J 2212. And of course, it's on a beautiful card. Look at that stitching. Beautiful. Is that the right side? Yeah, you've got it right way. So Swaddle J 2212. And to be honest with you, off the top of my head, I don't know if that's an exclusive color. I would assume not, but I don't know. But day 6 has me stumped. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. This is the second thing I've opened in their advent box. I'm not too sure what they want me to do with it. Anyways, the Swaddle J is nice. Okay, so on to my custom curated advent. So if you're new, the reason why we're doing the custom curated is just to be able to offer you guys a look at something else that's out there with different designers, different makers. You know, we're all pretty crafty people, whether it's just cross stitch you're doing, a lot of us knit, a lot of us do needlepoint, felt, ornaments, whatever it may be. So here is day 6, December 6th and December 7th. I'm gonna go ahead and open day 6. I actually made my own paper bags. You like that? You guys could do this too. It's just a simple YouTube video, but it's kind of nice for like Christmas gifts, you know? Inexpensive option. Okay, so linen, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful red. This is Aztec red. Let me see the color here. There you go. This is ordered by Kitten Stitcher. Ordered by me through Kitten Stitcher, I suppose. The reason why I've ordered this is because this goes with a lovely pattern I'm dying to stitch, which I'll show you what that is after. Okay, let's go ahead and open day 7. I keep saying day 7, but December 7th. I dropped it. 1 second. I'm in my living room today in my stitchy chair, which I've kind of pulled in front of my tree because I have windows on 3 of 4 walls in here, and so it makes filming really tricky sometimes. So I hope it looks okay for you guys. Okay, so here is some floss from Classic Colorworks. Aren't those beautiful colors? Yeah. Those are so nice. So the colors we have here, this is Mud Pie. I can read that backwards, but I can't see the other two. Mud Pie and Scarecrow and Poison Apple. They're all fall colors, aren't they? That's funny because they're the called for colors for Christmas pattern. But I guess maybe she was just working with the latest colors that had come out. Anyways, do you guys want to see the pattern? I can grab it and show you. Just 1 sec. So this pattern is One Starry Christmas Eve by Brenda Gervais. It is Brenda Gervais. I was like, hold on a minute. I don't know if that's right. Let me take it out of the wrapper and show you guys. So much louder than my usual floss tubes. I apologize for that. There you go. So this one is, I think it's a really fun one. You know, you've got a Santa Claus on there. There's some variegated threads. You know, when I look at kitting up some of these patterns, a lot of, like this one in particular, I think they are all Classic Colorworks. And so, you know, there are times where I look at that and I think, do I want to buy 13 Classic Colorworks? Probably not. So what I elected to do here was, you know, I grabbed the fabric and I grabbed a few colors from Classic Colorworks that I feel are, you know, more important in this design, right? We've got Santa's sack, we've got the red for his coat. although it certainly looks different, doesn't it? Black, to me, black is black. I can just stitch 310. I'm happy with that. I do have some variegated black in my stash too if I need. And there was also one of the variegated brown for the reindeer at the bottom. So the rest of it I will just do a DMC conversion for and kit that up. So that will be really fun. I'm excited to get that one going at some point this week. That'll be good. I have to tell you guys a funny story. About a month ago, my husband and I were in the kitchen and he was doing dishes and he's kind of chuckling to himself. And I said, what? What is so funny? And he's like, oh, nothing, don't worry about it. And I said, no, what is so funny? And he says, well, I just had this thought. You know, we're starting to think about what we're gonna get everyone for Christmas and whatnot. And he said, I had this thought, could you imagine if we each bought ourselves our own Christmas presents this year? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I mean, you would never go for it, but I would absolutely love to buy myself something. And I thought, are you kidding? Yes, please. Please shop for yourself. It makes my job so much easier, and then I can shop for myself. So today I went down across the line, I went to my box, and my Christmas gift from Kit and Stitcher has arrived, and I am so excited. I have a pattern in mind, but I want to do my own conversion. It is a Reflets de Soie, which obviously I'm on this huge kick right now with them. And I just love their patterns, and I wanted to show you what I got in the mail because I'm too excited. I have to share it with somebody, but don't tell anyone because I can't open it till Christmas. This is the pattern I have in mind. I absolutely love this. This is Yvonne Clerc, 1905 by Reflets de Soie. Look at the colors. And for me, it's the colors, it's the border in this piece, which is just stunning. If you look closely, you see the colors there? They're so vibrant and bright. I love this piece like you wouldn't believe. Now, here's the thing, I look online because you have two options. You can stitch with Swaddle J, which is the called for, or there is a palette as well in DMC. And so I wasn't sure which one I wanted to order, so I went online, Instagram, seeing other people that had stitched it, and just really looking at, which one is more like the original. I like to assume that this here is the original, but that's my assumption. And I found that everything I saw online was not really to my liking. You know, this bird here wasn't actually very turquoise. He was quite dark, and the colors were, they were kind of dark and dull, really. This is very bright and vibrant. And so the more I went back and forth on it, and pricing out that many silks, it's a lot of money. I thought, well, I better really love what I'm doing. So I went to Kit and Stitcher, and like any good, addict would, decide to order my own conversion. And this is what's arrived. Look at those colors. All of these colors I have chosen here. When I look at the pattern, it looks very bright, but a lot of them are in here. And so this is just the start of a conversion for me. I actually need to, pull each color, lay them side by side as they are in the pattern. What do they look like? Clearly, I have a ton of options. Got very excited about the blue in the peacock and in the bird because I have a huge chunk of blue here and not that much green. But I wanted to make sure, blues are hard to purchase online, when they arrive, they're a bit different. So anyways, I'm really excited to share that my floss has come in, as well as fabrics. So in looking at this, I was looking up the white. I like it, the colors really pop. And then the more I got into looking at it, the more tempted I was to actually do a really dark purple fabric. But on a 40 count and something dark is a bit challenging, right? So what I ended up doing was ordering two options. The first option here, this is a 40 count. It's called Plum Tuckered Out by Wabi Sabi Linens. It looks a little bit brown here, but I promise you it's actually quite purple. Don't know if I can get the right colorway. Like here, this is what it looks like. Okay, and then so that's one option for those colors. The other option is this here, and this is Brick Powder by XJU Designs. It's also a 40 count, and I got 2 large pieces of it as well. Just because I'm not sure. This stitches up to be a large piece. You know, when I look at it, it is 317 crosses by 327. So, yeah. So let me know, you know, in the comments, what do you think? Should I stitch it on the plum tuckered out, which I'm kind of leaning towards doing, or should I stitch it on the brick powder? I mean, both are stunning. Aren't they stunning? I really don't know what I would do here. You guys leave me a comment. Let me know your opinions. This is a very nice soft pink. And then this is, you know, it kind of has a brownie taupe brick underlay look to it, but it is definitely a plum. Okay, what have I been stitching? I am dying to share it with you guys. On my last floss tube, I told you guys I was going to dive into one of my Advent treasures, and that is the 2024 Crystal Dove by Katie Strachan. And I did dive into this, and the whole time I was working on it, I was messaging my mom, I was messaging Sam, and I was just like, you guys, this is unbelievable. This is blowing me away. Like, it was a couple things. So much fun to stitch. It was easy. You know, it did take quite some time. It took longer than I thought it was going to take. I did stitch it over 2 days, and I probably put about maybe 6 hours, maybe 7 hours, leisurely hours. I was slow. I enjoyed the process into stitching this, and I highly recommend these kits. Now, I know that this one is currently sold out now, but you can still go to Katie Strachan and you can let her know, and she'll put your name on the list for 2025. And I don't know if that's going to be another dove or a different type of an ornament, but I have to reach out to her because I definitely want another kit from her in the future. It was well worth it. So let me show you my dove here. This was so much fun. I've already truthfully ordered more stuff so that I can make more. Look at this. Oh, look at the shine there. See that? See, the windows come in handy sometimes. They don't always, but right now they're good. Look at that. We can get a little bit closer. It is so beautiful. Essentially, what you end up doing is you end up stitching a wing that kind of is partially stitched that goes underneath here. You can kind of see there's 2. And so you stitch and you bead. You have felt and you have templates, and you cut out all the pieces. And then you're going to stitch all the sequins and beads and crystals on the outside. And then this inside wing took me a long time. That was the majority of the work right there, was that big wing. And then when you're done, you kind of just piece it all together. There is a piece of cardstock in the middle, so it's nice and stiff. And then there's extra pieces that you then lay on the back, and an extra wing, and you just stitch over it. And I added a little gem, 2024, that I got in my Canada Swaps bag. So thank you for sending that to me, because I was able to put the year on this, and now I need to find 2025 ones. So if you've seen them for sale somewhere, you just let me know where and I can grab them. But isn't that so beautiful? Look at that sparkle. It's so beautiful. So there's 2 different sizes of sequins. There's Tyla beads, there's bicones, there's round beads. And I think, you know, from the colors that she's listed in her kit, they are actually Swarovski crystals, which I say that, but now I'm hesitant because I know that they're no longer making their crystals for like handicrafts. They're just doing the jewelry and the ornaments. So I'm not sure if that's actually what it is or not, but I think so because of the colors that she listed on her kit. So it is so beautiful. Love it. The quality too of her instructions was amazing. At no point was I reading something thinking, is this right? Or I'm not sure, or this doesn't look quite right. It was absolutely perfect instructions. Highly recommend her kits. It has me wanting to go back on her website and seeing what else she has. Very beautiful. Please tell me I am not the only one whose floss bin looks like this. I have a bucket full of DMC floss, all on Floss Away bags on rings, and when it's time to kit up a project, I come to my box to see what I have. I also do have an app that I use. I'll put the name of it here for you guys if you're interested, and that helps me to kind of keep track of the DMC that I do have. Now this particular pattern calls for about 11 different flosses, I think. So what I have to do is go through this entire bin, find what are on the rings. Sounds simple enough, right? Except for I'm always missing them. I don't seem to have what I need. So then, this is where my organizational problem becomes an issue. Then I have to go into my other bin, and I have to go through anything that is kitted up presently on a Floss Away bag. And I have to look at each little project and see, is the one that I'm looking for in any of these bags? And some are, and then some are not. And then I have projects as well that are, elsewhere. So this is my issue. All this work, flipping through all of these rings, this big bin, all just to get, see if I can move this easily here for you guys, these colors. It's a ton of work. And at the end of the day, I think there's got to be a better way to organize this. I know Rebecca from Beck Stitches Everything. She's ordered an amazing cabinet with, I can't think now, Pip and Chip with her bobbins. And do I go that route, which is also quite expensive? Do I keep everything on a master set and just keep that over here in this bin and then just work solely off of that every time I need something? I don't, I'm at the point where I'm buying multiples to fill these bags. So if I pull out, 310, I might have 9 skeins of it, which is not needed either. What do you guys do? How do you organize your floss? Do you actually have so many whips that you're like me and this is a problem? Or do you do something different? So I'm about ready to go ahead and sort of set aside my stuff for Gingerbread Candy Mouse. When I look at this pattern, I don't think it's going to take me very long to stitch it. Altogether, it's maybe about 600 stitches. So I'm going to see if I can get that done in the next couple days. And I will leave the box for another day, but look at that box. How fun is that? So that, hopefully, maybe I'll have time to do that one this month too, I'm not sure. But it looks really, really fun to stitch. I will be stitching that on 32 count gingerbread linen by Picture This Plus. And of course, when you buy the kit from Just Nan, it does come with all the beads and the hanger and stuff that you need to stitch this. So it'll be really fun to get started. Thank you so much for taking the time to connect with me today. I hope you guys have an opportunity over the next 2 days to participate in some Hygge stitching. While you're doing that, if you don't know who Samantha is, watch her while you're doing some Hygge stitching. I think you'll really enjoy her channel. I know she has a Christmas special that's coming up as well in the next week or so. So I'm really looking forward to watching that one myself. In the meantime, again, I thank you so very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful time and you're able to really enjoy the rest of our Advent. I'll see you again on December the 9th. Bye for now.